Bladder said, I'm coming. I said, Bladder, you can't. Bladder said, I'm coming. I said, Bladder, you can't. I grabbed hubby arm, and he was like, ouch. And I was like, Bladder's coming. I got to go to the bathroom. Bladder said it's coming. He was like, what? Who said? My channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been with us before, welcome back. And if you just saw the title and decided to click on, welcome. And make sure you all like, comment, and subscribe. Now today's video, don't laugh guys, but this was a crazy one. Airplane bathrooms I don't use until this story time. If you want to hear about what happened and what made this experience one for the books, stay tuned. If you want to hear how my bladder and me had a conversation, then you want to stay tuned to this story time, because I'm telling you, we was not getting along that day. And airplane bathrooms and me, I could do the airport bathroom, but airplane bathrooms, oh my goodness, stay tuned. We had a conversation. Alright, if you're ready to hear about this story and the airport bathroom situation, so let me start it from the beginning. Okay, this was like a regular flight day. We went ahead and our flight was in the morning, and if you listen to my other story times, you'll know all my flights are in the morning. This was early in the morning. My flight was 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, I do it to myself. I stay up all night before and we go in the morning, get on our flight. Well, like no other, usually hubby makes a pot of coffee and we have a cup of coffee. While I'm doing my makeup, I drink my coffee. While he's waiting outside for the Uber, he's drinking his coffee, and that's what we do. Well, this particular morning, I decided to make the pot of coffee, and hubby was still packing because our flight was for 5:35. You know, you got to be at the airport 2 hours early. So we were doing our morning routine, and I made the coffee. So he's drinking his coffee as he's packing, and I drank my coffee, and then I decided to get a second cup of coffee. Drink that cup of coffee. I don't use airplane bathrooms, okay? I'll use it at the airport, but not on the plane. Something about them small spaces and the lines, and it's just a whole lot. So I don't use those, okay? Well, I try not to, let's say that. And I succeeded very well into this particular day. So usually I have time after I get through my makeup, go wash my hands, use the restroom, wash my hands again, put sanitizer on, put some more lotion on, and get in the Uber. Well, this particular morning I had scheduled the Uber for 3 o'clock to be at my house, because again my flight leaves at 5:30, so I have to be there 2 hours early. But I was like 3:30 because most of the time the ticket counters don't open that early, but I still wanted to be there that early. But I booked it for 3:30, still give me enough time still to get on my plane, and I don't think the ticket counters open at our airport till 4, so we were still good. So when I did that, they had came. My husband was still kind of running around getting his last minute ish. The Uber was there. I had just finished doing my makeup, and so I went outside to let the Uber know that you at the right spot, you at the right house, and also to push my suitcase toward the front, because I don't bring the suitcases out, hubby does. And just to let them know that we were here. We were, give us 2 minutes, for hubby to get his last little bit of stuff and finish his last bit of coffee. I finished my last bit of coffee. So I didn't have time to do the whole run, wash my hands, all that. So I took a makeup wipe off my makeup counter, wiped my hands, because I didn't have time to wash them. And I said, when I get to the airport, I'll go run, use the restroom, wash my hands, put some lotion on. I got some lotion in my purse, and we'd be all good to go. That was my plans. But you know how plans go. So we head to the airport. I'm good. I done had my coffee. I'm wide awake. I'm good. So we get to the airport, and there's a line because of course the gate agents are not there yet. Our flight pulls off at 5:30. So at this time it's about 4:05, something like that, when we get to the airport. So instead of me going to the restroom like I had planned, I decided to go to the kiosk and check us in. I told my hubby, stand in line with the bags. I'm going to go check us in. And when I go check us in, I was like, I'm going to go check us in, give him the baggage clip, so the baggage tag, so he can just hand them the bags. And I'll be back out the restroom time they finish checking us out, because we were still in the line. So I go to the kiosk to continue to check us in, and I could check myself in, but it wouldn't allow me to check hubby in. So kept saying it couldn't read his passport. So I kept trying, and it wouldn't allow. So then I go to the next kiosk and I try it again. Still wouldn't allow me to. So I go to the third kiosk and it still wouldn't allow me to. So at this point, time I finished at the third kiosk, they had opened up the line for the ticket count. So I was like, okay, cool. So I walked back over to hubby and I'm like, okay, it's not letting me check you in. You know, we have to see the gate agent anyway. So we stand in line, and we're a couple of people back, and I have all the paperwork. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just stand in line and, you know, give them paperwork and everything, go through TSA and use the restroom, wash my hands, and we'll be good. Time we get up to the front, the lady said, oh, let me hurry up and check y'all in, because y'all will be about to board in a minute, and you know, we just got a few more minutes to go ahead and board you and put your bags on for y'all to be good. I'm like, okay, you know, it is what it is. So she finished checking us in and everything, and we go to head through to TSA. Get through TSA. Luckily we were TSA pre-check, so we didn't have a whole hoopla. So we get through there and we go to our gate. Now across from our gate was no other than Starbucks. Right. So we get into our gate. Hubby has all the bags as usual, and my thing was, I'm going to go use the restroom. Time we get to our gate, we should be passing the restroom before we get to our gate. Use the restroom, wash my hands, get the makeup off my hands, put some lotion on, and be ready to get on the plane. So we get to our gate. We get to our gate before we get to a restroom. And across from our gate is a Starbucks. And hubby was like, hey, because we always get Starbucks before a flight. But usually we wait till our second leg. But we decided to get it on our first leg. So he goes to get coffee. And I was like, okay, I'll wash the bags while you go get coffee. In my mind, he's going to go get coffee, come back. I'm going to go to the restroom, wash my hands, use the restroom, wash my hands again, put on some lotion, and I'll be ready to board the plane. So hubby goes to get Starbucks. Now, it was a few people in the Starbucks line, but really didn't think it was going to take that long. So I'm sitting there watching the bags, waiting for him to come back with his coffee. So he comes back with both of our coffee. Now me, I always get a special coffee. He only gets the Pike, you know, very simple, nothing in it, good. Me, I have to get either a caramel macchiato or cinnamon dolce, almond milk, half and half. You know, I just get the works. So he brings back my coffee, and I'm like, I'm just so happy-go-lucky. Yes, they're starting to board. He hadn't came back with my coffee. I'm sorry. They started to board before he came back with the coffee. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, they starting to board. Come on, hubby. I see you. What are you doing? But, you know, he got the little specialty for my specialty coffee, and you got to wait for it to get done. So I'm sitting there. So finally he comes and they call our zone. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead, get on the plane because we do have a layover, and I think this flight is like an hour and 15. So, no harm, no foul. Let me get my coffee. I'm gonna sleep anyway. With the coffee, with both cups of coffee, I'm still gonna sleep on the flight because I sleep for every flight. So I grabbed my coffee from hubby. I'm super happy. He grabbed the bags, and I grabbed his coffee, his coffee, and we get on the plane. We get on the plane. Hubby sits by the window. His seat is by the window all the time. Mine is always in the middle. And when we're not in business class, because business class wasn't our next flight, because that business class was sold out for that flight. And there was one other person that sat in the aisle. So I'm like, okay. So all three of us was neatly in our seatbelt buckled, And I was like, oh, shoot. I really need to go to the restroom. But I'm going to be fine. I'm going to gulp down this coffee. That hour will be real fast because time I put over this blanket of mine, because I carry my little, shawl. So the time I put this over me, close my eyes, I'm good. Time I get comfortable in that sleep, they're going to be on the runway. So I'm good. I'm Gucci good. So they start to descend, and we start to, not descend, I'm sorry, we start to take off. So I'm like, okay, I'm going night night. So I close my eyes to go night night. And yeah, I really need to go to the restroom at this time. Like, both cups of coffee, and all 3 cups of coffee was like sitting on my bladder, and I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. But I'm not doing it on this plane. Sorry, y'all. I'm not doing it on this plane. I'm not. No, not happening. So I pulled my blanket, and I was like, if you just don't think about it, and just close your eyes and go to sleep, you won't have to worry about your bladder. That's what you do. So hubby tapped my arm. He was like, look at this. He was watching something on his tablet. And I was like, okay. And I'm looking at him going, I can't watch no more. Because I really have to go to the bathroom. And I'm not doing that. So let me put this back over and close my eyes. So that's what I did. And I thought I was in the clear. So after about, I thought an hour, I asked him, I said, what time it is? Where we at? So you know how you look at the little thing or whatever? It was an hour and 30 because the time changes. So actually the flight was a 3-hour flight. The what? What? So it wasn't a 2-hour, it was a 3. I mean, it wasn't an hour flight, it was a 3-hour flight. Now, sister girl, eyes was like, okay, water gonna come through somewhere. I have to go to the restroom. I was like, but I ain't gonna do it. Let me just pull this cover over and go back to sleep, because I'm not going in that little tiny bathroom in the air. It's not happening. Not on my watch. I pulled it back over, closed my eyes, and proceeded to take another nap. Well, my bladder didn't decide to take a nap. It said, hello, I'm still here. Hello. I'm like, you know what? You're not going to do this to me. Not today. Not today. Not today. I took that blanket I put over my head, and I said, I'm going night-night. So I tried to go night-night again. My bladder started tapping on me like, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. Bathroom right there, baby girl. So I was like, okay, if nobody's up there and they're not in the aisle, the flight attendants are not in the aisle, I'm going to take a run for it. I'm going to ask this person, get out of my way, and I'm going to take a run for it. Okay? Okay. So I looked up, and it had the little sign. It was occupied. And the flight attendants coming out. I said, that's a sign. I ain't going. So I put the blanket back over my head, and I said, I'm going back to sleep. And my bladder said, baby, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl, you gonna be sitting in some water. You better, baby girl. And I said, I said, bladder, they got people in the aisle, and somebody is occupying the restroom. Can you just chill? And you know I like to go when we get off the plane. Can you just chill? I'm really having this conversation with my bladder, mumbling, so the person right here don't think I'm crazy, and hubby don't call the people on me. So I'm just trying, okay? I'm trying. So I put the cover back over my head, and I said, I only have another 45 minutes at this point, because me and bladder was having issues. So I put the cover back on, and I decided to take another nap. And then I feel this person, and I taking the blanket off my head. Yes. She said, flight attendant, can I get that trash? Because remember, my Starbucks cup was in. Because you had to ask hubby, why you had to wake me up? Okay, here, just take it. And my bladder said, baby, you woke. You better take that run for it. And I looked up and it said, occupied. I said, bladder, it's still saying occupied. He said, I don't know who it is, but you need to go knock on the door. I said, bladder, it's saying occupied. Can you chill? We have not much longer. And I looked over at hubby. He was good in sleep. I said, man, I'm gonna go to sleep too. But try to get in bladder. I'm not worried about you. So 5 minutes later, bladder said, I'm done. I'm coming. I was like, bladder, you can't. Bladder said, I'm coming. I said, bladder, you can't. Bladder said, I'm coming. I said, bladder, you can't. I grabbed hubby arm, and he was like, ouch. And I was like, bladder's coming. I got to go to the bathroom. Bladder said it's coming. He was like, what? Who said? I said, bladder said it's coming. He said, who? I said, bladder. Who? I said, I can't laugh. He said, he just started laughing. I said, this is not funny. And so I looked over at the other person, and they just nice and cozily sleep. Baby, you woke me up and made bladder to do this. I tapped her. And she went, I said, oh, no you didn't. No you didn't. She turned over. I thought, he thinking it's funny. I said, it's not funny. I have to use the bathroom so bad. He was like, calm down. And then I was like, okay, I'm about to tap her again. And he was like, go ahead, tap her. So I went to tap her again and said, hi, this is your pilot. We are going to set make sure you have your seatbelts tightened, because we will be now descending to our airport. I couldn't hear nothing else after that because I had to pee. I'm just getting a little vulgar with y'all. That's how I was feeling. And I was like, I have to go to the restroom. And he just told me, my husband said, you just got to hold it. Hold it! I said, bladder, can we talk? I said, I really want to empty you right now. But what happened? It's still not letting us get out of our seat right now. So can you just wait? And bladder said, baby, I'm going to give you 10. And after 10, you just going to be walking around with some wet clothes, looking super stupid in the airport because you didn't want to go to the bathroom. I said, okay, if you could just bear with me for 10 minutes, then I'm just bear with me for 10 minutes. And I promise I will bring you to the bathroom. And bladder was like 10 minutes and 10 minutes only. So we get on the runway. Boom. We get on the runway. It has been about almost 10 minutes. And I really have to go. And I'm like, oh, I really gotta go. So everybody's clapping. We didn't just, finally getting to our gate, and the pilot says, "Thank y'all," do his little speech or whatever, and the flight attendant do their little speech, and my bladder said, "Hey, you, hey, don't think you getting off this plane without baby. You better empty me now, or we gonna have a problem." I said, "Excuse, can you move? I have to go to the bathroom." And she was like, she made a face, "Baby, you won't move." People getting in the excuse me. I go up to the front. Everybody getting their bags. Excuse me. I get to the bathroom. And I was like, "Anybody in there?" The lady said, "No, ma'am." Okay. And I go to the bathroom. They hadn't even opened the doors yet. I ain't even kept. So I went to the bathroom. I didn't even put the light on. I ain't locked the door. Bladder just had to be emptied, okay? Then, luckily, the flight attendant was standing right there because people was trying to come to get in as well. But she was like, somebody's in there. And so then I had to turn it on once I finished so I could wash my hands and get out the restroom. So when I came out, I was like, I looked at the flight attendant. I said, "Whew, that was the longest hour flight I've been." She's like, "It was an hour." I said, "Don't tell me about it." So I go to my seat. But y'all, that ain't it. Get to my seat, we get our bags or whatever, and then they open up the door and we get up the plane. So I'm like 10 feet lighter. I'm like, whoo, yes, indeed. When my next gate, I'm Gucci good. So we get off and we have a 2-hour layover. So I'm like, yeah. So we go and we find our seat and we sitting at our gate or whatnot. And right across from us is what else? A Starbucks. And I'm like, and hubby's like, "You know, I ain't sleep last night good. I think I need another coffee." I said, "Yeah, me too." He was like, "All right." So he went and got us another coffee. So we sitting, so I'm sitting there waiting. Yeah. So he comes back with a grande. No, I'm sorry, with a venti. I said, "Oh, usually we get towels when we travel. We getting a venti. Okay, try a little venti, you know. Yeah, give me a little integer. Yeah. Drinking this little venti, get a little energy. I ain't got to go to the bathroom no more. Yeah. So they start to board. Because we didn't get our venti for about maybe 45 minutes before it was time for us to pull off. So they were boarding right when he came back, almost boarding, when he came back with the coffee. So I'm like, yeah, we good, yeah. So I'm drinking my venti, yeah. Caramel macchiato, yeah, with almond milk, yeah, with a little drizzle, yeah. We ready. We get on the flight, yeah. We get our seats, yeah. And I'm drinking, yeah. And he told us facing now seat belts, yeah. I'm in business class, so I'm yeah. And they come, and as soon as we fasten our seat belts, and they come around, and they, you know, it's international, so they give us the towels, and and they tell us, "Oh, you want a glass of wine?" Yeah, I had a glass of wine with the venti. Yeah, it's vacation. Yeah. So we sit there, and I'm just drinking back, just taking it back. So they all boarded, we all good, we got our drinks, we fabulous, you know. He ready. Hubby's in the by the window. I'm in the aisle seat. And I'm ready. And we flying. And we out this thing. 15 minutes later, I got to use the bathroom. My bladder said, hello. Hey, business class lady. Yeah, you about 3 feet away from the bathroom. It's time. No, I did it once. I'm not doing it again. I'm not. You're not doing it. Where my blanket? Give me my blanket. Push these drinks to the. Give me my blanket. Let me go to sleep because I'm not doing this again. So me and my bladder we was negotiating. I said, Bladder, we only got an hour and 45-minute flight. Can you just chill? I'ma chill, all right. So I put the blanket on my head, and my bladder said, baby, I'm just playing. Come on, girl, come on. And I was like, it's occupied. Said, I'm gonna give you a few more minutes. I said, okay. I put that blanket over. I said, Bladder, I am not even listening to you. What we gonna do is we gonna sit here and put these headphones on, listen to the music, and I'm going to tune you out. I'm going to tune you out, okay? So that's what I did, and I went to night-night. And the next thing I felt was, boom. I slept the whole time, and the reason why I slept the whole time is because that glass of champagne was everything. Okay, the venti was good, but it didn't have no power with that wine. It had no power with that champagne. It didn't have no power. So I was like, okay, great. So I went to stand up, and my bladder said, baby. I said, oh. It said, baby. I said, oh. The door was open to the plane. I was like, come on, because we gotta get to customs and we gotta go. I said, baby, honey, the pilot. I said, I got to go to that bathroom right there again. He's like, what? I said, yes. So we about to go we got our bags and we about to walk up there, and I was like, you go ahead and take the bags, meet me outside by the gate. And yes, when I went to walk, the pilot gets in the bathroom. What? I said, oh. I was fucking laughing. I said, this is not funny. It's not funny. We need to find a bathroom before it be a situation, okay? And my bladder was like, baby, I'm tired of playing with you. I said, oh. My bladder said, go for it. I dare you. I said, oh. I said, just give me 5 more minutes. My bladder said, 4. I said, okay. So we get on the plane and we taking the B line. The first bathroom you see. The first one you see. And when we took this little walk down this little hall, and we took a turn, and it had a bathroom. I said, oh, yes. I ran, I said, you said 4. And don't blame me. I ain't got no change of clothes in my suitcase. I gotta go get my suitcase. Come on, don't blame me. And I made it. Y'all. I made it. Whew. Tomorrow's story is don't drink no coffee. Unless you have time to use the restroom. Usually I do. But we was in a rush mode. If you can relate, leave your comments down below. Woo! Cause baby, I'm telling you, that day, whoo, my stomach still hurt. Y'all stay tuned.